Hi everyone, Amy here with Never Grow Up Vacations, and now it's time to come fly with Amy. So today's vlog is going to be a little bit of a debrief for my Virgin Voyages sailing, which I just got off, which if I had to summarize my whole trip in one word, I would just call it perfection. And I'll get into a little bit of detail. So in today's vlog, I'm gonna talk kind of about tips and tricks, what to expect, and then in later vlogs, which I'm hoping to post in the next 2 weeks or so, I'm gonna talk about the Virgin difference, why you should consider a Virgin Voyages cruise. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can see that whole lineup of videos, which is about to come down in the next couple weeks. So just a couple overview details about my voyage. So I sailed on the Scarlet Lady, which is the only Virgin Voyages ship as of now. There is another ship debuting around March of next year called the Valiant Lady. So the Scarlet Lady, I was on board October 20th to the 24th. We left out of Miami. We bopped over to Nassau for a full day. We went to Bimini, which is their private beach club. And then we sailed full day at sea, which was relaxing. And then we ended up back in Miami, and it was the nicest 4-night cruise I've ever been on. So a little bit of history about me. So I have been on, I estimate about 30 cruises. I lost count, but it's about that range. I've been on a variety of cruise ships, so I can really speak to different amenities on different cruise lines. For those of you who have cruised, every cruise line is different, very different. So you may go on one, you may hate it. You may go on the other, you may love it. You may love them all. I'm one of those people that love it all. Just honestly get me on a vacation, I'll be happy as a clam. But I like each one for different reasons. So a little bit about Virgin Voyages. As I had mentioned, brand new cruise line. The most unique feature that is very exclusive to this cruise line is it's adults only. You cannot cruise adults only anywhere else. And I will say on the sailing, you could just see adults just living their best life. The age range on this cruise ship I was on was anybody that was around 21 up to, we saw 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds having the best time of their life. A lot of middle-aged couples. I noticed a lot of group couples. So I'm noticing, a whole bunch of married couples going and then hanging out together. It was just me and my husband in this case, and we kind of stuck to ourselves. We met a couple people, but for the most part, we just like to kind of keep to ourselves and enjoy our time. So that's kind of the overall demographic. The other very unique thing about Virgin Voyages is their dining experience, and I'll talk a little bit deeper about that in some of my other vlogs, but you have 20 plus eateries to choose from, all included. No specialty dining, no extra fees. You see it, you want it, you get it. But I will say the food on Virgin Voyages was far beyond any of the food that I've ever had on any cruise line. We had perfect food the entire time. There was not one thing, and that's completely honest opinion, not one thing that we did not enjoy at all. The dining experiences were very intimate. They were very upscale. The whole ship in general is super modern, super chic, but it's done in a relaxing way that you get to different venues, and it's just like a whole new atmosphere. Another cool fact about Virgin Voyages, all of your gratuities are included. You don't have to tip at all when you get on board. That's all covered. All of your basic beverages are included, which is your juice, your coffee, your teas, all your sodas. They have Coke on board, which we love Diet Coke, so that was definitely a win for us. And then the other amazing thing that I love to talk about is their alcohol is very reasonably priced. So to just kind of give you an example of how reasonably priced, for me, I drink just wine for the most part. I'm not really a mixed drink kind of girl anymore. Too old for that. But most of my glasses of wine were $8. Now the one night I did splurge and got like a really fancy glass of wine, like 2015 vintage. it was $18. But even for like a nice glass of wine, it wasn't bad. And keep in mind that gratuity is included. So let's say you're on a Carnival cruise and you get a wine. Your wine might be $13, but then you have to add on gratuity. Not at Virgin, it's just the set price. Great, right? My husband was drinking mostly bourbons, around $10. I think $11 was the most we paid for, you know, pretty high up bourbon like Woodford and stuff like that. Sorry, I had to change camera angles, so that's why it looks a little bit funny. So anyways, so we did our 4-night cruise, and to be completely transparent, we ended up spending a total of $500 on alcohol, which to some people, I know that may sound a lot, but to us, we were enjoying ourselves. Like, get a drink at dinner, get a couple of drinks afterwards. But think about it, $500 over 4 days for 2 people. I mean, that's a little over $100 a day, but I will say with the preface, we did splurge the one night and we did do a shake for champagne, which that is $100 alone. So, you know, take it for what it is. We didn't care to spend, we didn't really mind about spending money. We didn't do any shore excursions on this cruise. So for us, we were like, you know, we're just gonna enjoy ourselves and drink some wine. So we did. So that's just to kind of give you some of the perks of that. The activities on Virgin Voyages as well as the entertainment was far superior than most other cruise lines, but I will say it's different. So for example, there are 3 different shows on board Scarlet Lady. Granted, these could change at some point, but this is what's current as of today. So the first show is a bit of a dance party show. So you are not sitting, you're standing the whole time. The party is happening around you, they're engaging with you. There's still dancers and singers, but you're a part of the show and you're dancing. Of course, they do have seating if you have some mobility issues, but it's fun. Like, you get in there and you get dancing. So that was the first show. The second show is called Dual Reality, and that is more of a acrobatic show. Fantastic talent. Very engaging. If we would have had time, I would have tried to see that again, but it just didn't work with our schedule. And then the third show is called Never Sleep Alone. This is a definitely PG-13, if not R-rated show. It's a little bit promiscuous, so if you're a little bit, you know, closed off when it comes to talking about adult topics, may not be the show for you, but you don't have to go. But it was fun, it was hilarious, it was a really great show. So we enjoyed those 3 shows. And then the last thing that is super unique to Virgin Voyages is the Bimini Beach Club. So Bimini is a small little island in Bahamas, and it's kind of hard to get to. Like, there's no like super major airport. There are a couple major airplanes that do fly in, but it's a very small airport. You can get there by seaplane, by you know, boat jet. So super secluded. The beach club is beautiful. Multiple pools, ocean. Because you're a cruising guest, you get full access to that. And it was the best experience. So I'm super excited to share your content with that. And then here's just a couple little tips with Virgin Voyages if you are planning to sail. So most of the rooms are sea terraces, which is the equivalent to your balcony. They do have a couple interiors, but you just kind of lose that balcony aspect, but most of their rooms did have balconies. We loved the sea terrace. It was very spacious, very luxe features. Like, they definitely didn't, you know, save costs on the shower. Best shower at sea. Go on and prove me wrong. And then even things like the bedding, top notch, the carpeting, top notch, very light color. So you'll be seeing that room tour posted shortly as well. So I'm excited to share that with you. The other good thing to know, if you're thinking about booking, is they are offering, they call them bar tabs. So in our case, they were running a promotion, and keep in mind these promotions do change, so this may not be current when you're watching this video down the line. But when we had started to book, you could book $300 of bar tab and you get $50 for free, so that's kind of nice. We didn't do that because we just didn't know what our consumption would be like. We probably should have gotten it, but you know, we didn't want to pressure ourselves on drinking. So we didn't get it. I don't regret not getting it, you know, just maybe next time we probably get it. But that's an option. You can pay that up front and not really have to worry as much. So it's more of an all-inclusive feel. All of your dining, currently as of today, you book 15 days out. I know there were some talks during the launch of this that they may change that booking window, but as of today's filming, we did book all of our dining reservations 15 days out. But I will say, when we were on board, we were probably sailing at about 50-ish capacity, 50%. We had no issues getting any dining anywhere. If you wanted to modify, there were plenty of reservations available. So if you don't hit that 15-day mark, don't like freak out, because especially with some of these lower sailing capacities, no issues. They do have wait lists, which I saw people rolling through. So there were a lot of people who didn't really pre-plan a lot of things. So not a bad thing. So that's that. Things like your show tickets, which are free, your spa, all that has to be done on board. Excursions, you can book ahead of time, or you can wait to get on board. So keep in mind, some of those excursions do sell out. For example, at the Bimini Beach Club, they did have cabanas for sale that you can rent for the day, and they're pretty reasonably priced, and those did sell out. So, you know, keep your minds on that. I do recommend downloading the Virgin Voyages app the second you book, because that's really your gateway to all things Virgin Voyages. That's where you do your pre-planning on things, and then when you get on board, that's really how you know, deal with things like your all the information about shore excursions, and even, you know, embarkation's gonna be on there. All your dining's gonna be on there. I did forget to mention there is free Wi-Fi on board, and I gotta tell you, there were a couple spots that were a little bit spotty on Wi-Fi, but all in all, good Wi-Fi. Now, granted, I wasn't streaming YouTube videos, so I don't know about streaming capabilities. You can upgrade your internet, but your basic Wi-Fi is included, which was perfect for email, social media. I made a couple calls on Wi-Fi, so pretty nice perk as well. You don't have to pay for that. So I know this video was just kind of high level overview. Virgin Voyages is super new. It will not be the cruise line for everybody, but this cruise line is getting into a niche of cruising that really hasn't been explored yet, which is adults only. So if you think that might be something that fits you and your style, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any further questions. Again, hit subscribe, because I have a couple nice videos coming up with more content about the boat, about the dining, just different benefits of Virgin Voyages. But all in all, we had a great time. We had such a great time. We are planning another trip. It will be in 2022 to be announced, but we are definitely sailing Virgin Voyages in 2022. So super excited to go back again, because we had the best time ever. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Hit the thumbs up if it was, hit subscribe. And then of course, if you would like to book your next Virgin Voyages cruise with me, my contact information is below, or drop a comment. And until next time, happy travels, bye.